It's increasingly clear that we must alter our habits to improve the health of our planet. However, making these changes is not as straightforward as you might think. And while cows play an important role in our food system, some would have you believe they are a major problem. So what would happen if one day all the dairy cows on Earth simply disappeared? No dairy cows means that access to milk and dairy products that provide important nutrition to 6 billion people across the globe would be eliminated. It means no longer having a nutrient-dense food that gives us energy and is a key source of vitamins and minerals, which are especially necessary in developing regions of the world. It is in these regions where affordable, high-quality proteins are scarce that dairy can literally be a lifesaver. And while there may be plant-based alternatives, they can't fill the void because they don't measure up nutritionally to milk. And what about the environment? Cows are indeed a source of greenhouse gases, or GHGs. But did you know that the dairy sector is responsible for less than 3% of global GHGs? Comparatively, the transportation and energy industries are much larger emitters. Here's another interesting fact. The primary GHG produced by livestock is methane, a potent but relatively short-lived gas that breaks down in the atmosphere over the course of 12 years. However, GHGs such as carbon dioxide released from the burning of fossil fuels accumulates in the atmosphere for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Some might argue that with cows gone, the land they use could grow more crops. But actually, only 3% of the land used globally by dairy has the potential to grow crops. The grass and foliage where cows graze are a carbon sink that can sequester much of the carbon that is produced by cows. And manure is itself a source of carbon sequestration by significantly reducing the reliance on synthetic fertilizers for crops. With continued innovation in the sector, it is possible for dairy to become climate neutral over the next few decades. Yes, climate neutral. And finally, what about the 1 billion people around the world who rely on the dairy sector for their livelihoods? More than 600 million live on 133 million dairy farms, most of which are small-scale farms, many led by women. Another 400 million people rely on the jobs dairy creates upstream and downstream from the farm. Dairy, like all agricultural sectors, has more improvements to make to reduce its climate impact. But it is clear that dairy is part of the solution to critical issues facing the world. A world without cows would result in too many negative consequences.